everyone. Today I'm very excited to be participating in a new challenge hosted by Krssie. The new challenge is make something new, and the only requirements are that the items come from the Dollar Tree. I found this cute sign but thought I could make something new with it. Of course, being a little bit of a nerd, what I came up with was a Harry Potter inspired laundry sign, and it says "Free the House Elves." So if you're a fan of Harry Potter, you'll get the reference. If you'd like to see how I made this sign, stick around and I'll show you. Okay, I found these cute signs at the Dollar Tree, so I've got two of them. I'm only going to use one, and I'm actually going to use this one here for the demonstration. I've gone ahead and taped off this inside piece because I think I'm going to use that design to write my own little saying here, but then I'm just going to paint this outside portion white. You can use any type of paint you want. I'm just using chalk paint because I have some of that on hand from a leftover project. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint all over the outside part. I just want to cover up the chevron portion of it. Alright, I want to paint the top portion, but I don't want to get any paint on these on the string, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that for right now. It was just tied in a simple knot, so I just went ahead and undid the knot, and I'll do the same for this side. And now I'm able to paint these without worrying about getting the string white. I'm going to let this first coat dry and then go ahead and give it a second coat. Okay, for this next part I'm just using a Dollar Tree sponge, and I've cut it down to fit perfectly on one of these little offset pieces to make it look like bricks. So I'm going to dip this in red paint, and then all of these little nooks and crannies are going to show up like bricks. You have to be sure you're using one of these cheaper sponges. If you use like one of the Scotch-Brite sponges, they don't have the same texture. This one has like ridges. What you really want are these open little nooks and crannies. Okay, I'm dipping my sponge, but then I'm also pouncing it over here to kind of transfer any of the excess. And then I'm just going to come over here, let's do the top one first, oops, and gently press, and hopefully when I lift up, that'll give us a brick impression. I might have to do that one again with two hands so I can get even pressure, but this is kind of the effect I'm going for. Okay, now when you move over to do the next one, you're going to want to leave just a little sliver of space so it looks like grout. So you can see here I didn't place it down completely up against this other one. I left a little bit of space. If you make a mistake, you can always go back with a white paintbrush with white paint and just mark that out. But if you can be mindful of it when you're doing it to begin with, it won't be a problem. Okay, so there's the top done. I'm going to go ahead and continue throughout all of my bricks. Okay, there it is, all finished being stamped. Now I have to decide if I really want it to be white in between or if I want to go through and do black in between each of the lines, because it's not as well defined as I had hoped, so I think I'm going to use some black paint and just draw some lines in between. Okay, I'm just taking my paintbrush and painting some black lines, kind of to help define where the bricks are. I have finished adding my black lines. Now I'm going to take up my tape and I'm going to paint the inside white. Okay, you can see how nice and clean of a line that gave me when I taped it off. I'm going to be painting this inside portion white to cover up the words. All right, using a thin brush, I'm going to go around the outside edge, and then I'll fill it in using a larger brush. I just want to make sure that I get nice and neat right up to the line, and I think I can do that best with a thin brush. Okay, this looks like it's going to need at least 2, maybe 3 coats to cover up those dark black letters. I found these clothespins at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to paint about 6 of them black. While I'm waiting for this to dry so I can add some more coats, I'm painting the clothespins black. I'm going to be using these to clip the socks to. Okay, I'm painting around the edge here just to make it pop out a little bit. Okay, it was starting to get late and I didn't want to have to freehand paint this, so I just printed it out on some sticker paper, and I'm going to cut around them and transfer them onto my, my board. Okay, so as you can see, I'm individually cutting out each of these letters, and I'm trying to cut as close as I can. Some of them I didn't go through and fussy cut, like the O, I didn't cut out the middle part. And then the inside of the V, I didn't do that, but I'm doing it from the center out so that I can get my spacing just right. And I'm keeping these intact near it so I can kind of gauge how level they are. Okay, now I want to go through and attach my clothespins with some E6000. You can use hot glue, of course, but I think that E6000 is going to give me a more permanent stick down than the hot glue gun will on these. So I just want to kind of stagger them a bit, kind of offset them so that they're not hanging directly over each other, and then I'm going to stick them down with the E6000. I just realized before I start gluing I should reattach my string. Okay, I always find that it's hard to get the lid off the E6000 after it's been sitting a while, so I always use pliers. And then I'm just going to add some E6000 to the clip. And, oops, sorry, I'm on a cord now because my battery is about to die. And then I'm just going to place it over here on the end and press it down. And then I'm going to let these dry.